One other business kind of knocking at the door of the new Tilray and cannabis growth as well is HEXO, which announced a $925 million deal to acquire Redecan on May 28th, which is another adult recreational use pot company based in Canada. HEXO's been busy on the acquisition front, multiple acquisitions in a matter of weeks. I think it's, trying to become a bit of a big dog, right? Do you have any thoughts on HEXO, Keith?
Yeah, at one time, I was relatively bullish on HEXO. I thought the company was really growing well and had a good strategy. And then the bottom fell out a little over a year ago, and I think HEXO had overpromised and underdelivered, and I started to question whether or not the management team's strategy was the right one. Now, this latest deal, particularly the Redecan deal, it's a big move for HEXO. The company has been rebounding quite a bit. They seem to be getting their house in order to a large extent. And then they announced this deal, and they're even saying, hey, we're going to be number one in Canada in terms of recreational market share now. And so, move aside, Tilray, Aphria, you're being pushed aside now with this HEXO deal. And HEXO isn't paying nearly as much money to make that deal happen. And so, again, this is one where I want to wait and see. I think this could pan out for HEXO, but they're still paying. I think I can pull up the price tag. I think they're still paying several $100 million, $770 million US, about 925 million Canadian. That's still a hefty price tag to pay. HEXO doesn't have that kind of cash laying around, so they're having to issue new stock to help pay for it. And so we'll see if it's a good return on investment here. I mean, again, I said it earlier, bigger isn't always better. I think the real thing that HEXO and all these companies need to be doing is laying the groundwork for a potential entrance into the US market down the road, whether that down the road is next year or 5 years from now or whatever. And I'm not so sure that HEXO's acquisition of Redecan does that.
Sure. They've got their partnership with Molson Coors, right? They've launched
Yep.
their CBD beverage under Truss, I think it is,
Right.
In the States. And those arrangements are tough to navigate, right? When you can't, they don't have full control over that quite yet. And I think they just announced that they were opening a new processing facility in Colorado that's going to process CBD distillates in particular.
Right.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that relationship evolves too.
Yeah, and I think that's a good opportunity for HEXO. I think the relationship with Molson Coors is a good one. I think that was actually one of the deals a few years ago that really vaulted HEXO into the limelight. And so, I think HEXO, in some respects, is in a better position in the U.S. market than even Tilray is. Because of that relationship. But again, we'll see. I mean, the CBD beverage market is still in its really early stages. I think it has a great opportunity to grow fast, but it's one that I'll definitely watch closely.